We're going to play a game in the weekly Blitz arena. Don't normally play chess this time of the day, so if it goes wrong, it goes wrong. 17-16, good luck. We're just passing a bit of time, but normally play my chess a lot earlier in the day. 9,000, nearly 10,000 games per opponent. That's very impressive. Now we have got 5 minutes here, so let's just play normal reti. Just trying to develop the bishop. Okay, so attack the pawn. See, we still need to think about getting castle to stick to good principles. Okay, pushes forward. I think we just take there. Okay, comes forward. Idea is here, takes, but it does allow bishop takes at the end. Is there any trick? I don't think there is, so I think we can go there. Okay, let's hit the bishop, see what he does. I should have maybe just castled there, actually. It's a perfectly fine move, isn't it? Perfectly good move. Just going to push the pawn, and he can take this one, I'll just castle. Actually, if he takes there, I do have a check, though. Knight up, pawn up or knight up. There are issues. It takes, so let's check. Have to play knight up, we'll play knight up. Probably bishop e7, I would guess, just to get the bishop right out of the way. Then knight takes and maybe queen d7. But then I guess we might actually have bishop f3. So it could get quite sharp. Right, he doesn't worry about that. Okay, so we take. He'll have to move his king, I guess. Okay, so I think we should castle. Just so we know our king is safe. We've got multiple routes for the queen, so we shouldn't be getting trapped. But I don't know for certain, of course. Rook across, just shift my bishop up. I assume is fine. The knight's double guarded. Our bishop up here could be good. If you take the knight, I just take the bishop with a check. If you take the bishop, knight takes. The knight's a bit offside there, though. But it still feels like it's playable. Actually, no, the pawn's going to be loose as well. Yeah. Stick to good practice. I just got a bit of a problem getting the knight into play now. A slight issue getting the knight into play. We might have to play a move like d3, knight d2. Or maybe a4, then knight up. Okay, he's played bishop down. So I assume I just drop back here. I don't see anything else. Gotta still be very careful here, but we can maybe get a tempo attacking the bishop. That makes room for our knight. In fact, my knight can also jump here now. The queen's here, potentially. I guess you still need 3 moves to artificially castle for black. I played rook back across. I wasn't really looking at that pawn, or it's not really an issue. We're just trying to get our pieces into play. Okay, let's bring the knight up. So now we've completed minor piece development, we can worry about how we're going to actually play the game. Pawn forward, so that must be the sort of concept you're aiming for. So up, takes, 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 not keen on. Bishop up just to hit the rook looks sensible, doesn't it? Up, do you just take? Maybe. Maybe. Yeah, let's get the rook moved first, then up. And if take, we just take the rook. Pushes forward, logical. That is logical, actually, and it's a good move. Maybe, actually, let's bring the knight this way, just so we cover what we keep the bishop free for going to hit the rook. If takes, probably go with the knight just to annoy the bishop, but I'm not sure. Knight goes back. Okay, so knight takes. Everything trades off, looks fine. So do we want to hit that rook? Across takes. It seems alright. Let's play it. Let's bring the bishop up. We can always go here as well, I guess. Maybe even push. I mean, maybe even in the extreme push and sack the exchange. I'm not sure. So if we get rid of this pawn, we open up a file for the bishop. He's played rook across, logical. So do we trade things off? Take. I presume you would take back here. The pawn is going to be loose. Bishop up's a move. There's everything hanging here. Up. If you take. We're making it complicated, aren't we? Oh, here maybe you do this, but then we've got a very nice pawn. I like the idea just a simple push. We can always take back. There is a loose pawn here, but we're opening up access to the opponent's king. Like anything in chess, risk and reward, so we're going to take back. If you take, I can just develop my other rook, I guess. If you come down, I'll just maybe come back. As long as I'm not getting my queen trapped, that's the main thing. And then at some point, do we have a sacrifice? Okay, he's played queen over. Logical move, so queen up, bishop back. And maybe we are getting trapped, so we've got to be careful here. So back, forward. Takes, something takes. It kind of feels alright, but making it unnecessarily awkward, I suppose you might say. Do we just grab a pawn then? Let's be really silly and grab the pawn. It probably is a mistake. It could be. But takes, I think I can just take back. Rook across. I think we can shuffle. We might be wrong. Okay, takes. So we're going to take back and hope the queen is not trapped. Oh, we're threatening to just simply trade here if we need to. We can give up an exchange and trade the queen off if we need. So takes, knight takes pawn, or bishop takes pawn. Everything looks good here. Okay, so we can take here, we can take here. I don't want to really open the file up to our king. So I assume we should take here and maybe push on. Hold on, we could drop back. Check takes, check king takes. I don't see it. We're going to lose that pawn anyway. Let's just drop back. Okay, so now we've got pawn up if we need a nice connect 4. We're just trying not to bungle everything here. Let's go here, prepare a check, but obviously here you might be able to take. Oh, he just takes. So I have kind of bungled it, haven't I? I just missed that. Let's just run the pawn then. We're up on the clock, we just got to be sensible. So run the pawn again. Okay. Do I grab a pawn this time? I'm going to grab the pawn this time, try and flag my opponent. I'm playing a bit sloppy, but it is late in the day. I don't normally play chess anywhere near this time of the day. Okay, let's just drop back, maybe go here. I've just got to be careful if I plant the bishop and the pawn that you can still take maybe. So here, trade, I don't like. Let's just throw a check in. Okay, I'm just going to step forward. Okay. Let's get out of the way. Actually, I'm getting rather low on time, aren't I? I didn't realize quite how critical it was. I'm just throwing a bit of material here because of the clock. Good effort by my opponent there. Yeah, getting a bit slack, wasn't I? Let's see what the engine says, but it won't be brilliant, I don't think. 49 moves. Yeah, I normally play my chess much earlier in the day. I'm getting a bit tired now, so not really concentrating too brilliantly well, but it is what it is. Oh, we're completely flatline level here, yeah. So have I messed up somewhere, or was I never better? But in this position, it's completely level, but I knew my opponent was very low on time, just playing on seconds, so I was just trying to tick the game over. Yeah, so we're miles better here. Plus 3.5. Oh, I've missed this. Mind you, it's still the same concept, isn't it? You can take, and then grab the pawn. I guess this way you give your opponent a chance to blunder. Ah, this way I would have taken the rook afterwards as well. That's where I missed it. That was the crucial mistake. Yeah, not brilliant. Well, it's not bad actually. 91% versus 87%. CPL 23 versus 30. Just one blunder each. It's not that bad. Lots of little mistakes. But the key there was bishop takes. The king has to go here to guard the queen. You then trade and then you get the exchange as well. That's the difference there. So it's just one of them nice tactics. So good effort by my opponent. It really came down to the clock, didn't it? And in the end, I knew I was better, but I was just, from this point, really, when I'm level, I'm just trying to run my opponent's clock down because I'm up that 20 seconds on the clock. So good effort, well done.